Hello and welcome to React Lecture 5. So in this lecture, we are going to see React list rendering. So we'll see a couple of things. Like first, we'll see how we can render the ordinary list. Okay. So in JavaScript, we have basically the array, right? So array also we call as a list. So we have um, let's say array and array element, right? So how we can render it in React component. Okay, so that's we were going to see. Um, and then we also we're going to see that if we have say array and then a array also is consist of some objects. So you have say another one object here, then another object, and how we can render that. Okay, so this is basically array or a list of objects. Okay, and then another one is that let's say that you have a list of objects, but then inside the object you have another list. Okay, so then it's a little bit more complicated, but sometimes you also need to render them. So we'll see how we can render them. Okay. So first we'll see uh, the rendering function is called the map. Okay. So in React, it uses the map method. So you have array. So for example, here you have the course array, which is a couple of strings here. And then so it's array a dot map, and then map method then use a callback function. So the callback function you will have so you can give your user defined name. So let's say that course is here, and then second optional argument is the index. Okay, so index is the array index position. So the first item is 0, second item is 1 and 2 and 3, like that. Okay, so why we are also taking the index in the callback function, because if we don't give the key, okay, so for each of the rendering list item or the child of the list must have a key in React, otherwise it will give you some rendering error. Okay, um, and sometimes it doesn't give, but when React understand that, okay, so you don't have the key for the child, then it start giving you the error. Okay, so it's safe to give the key for each child um, of the list. Okay, so you can give the index, right? Or if you have the ID, each of the element has a specific ID, you can also give that. Okay, so so that's the how you can render it. So here we are rendering basically just the course, right? So and this is an unordered list, so there will be a list will be created like this. So you have the first item, second item, third item, and then fourth item, like this. Okay, so when we will see the coding part, then it will be more clear. Okay, next we'll see that if we have array but it consists of objects. So you have, one, two, three, four objects here in this example, and each object has the property and the value, right? So it is the course code property and the value is this, course title property and the value is this. And similarly, we have four of them. Okay, so how we can render them? So in the React component, inside the return statement, so it must be inside the return statement. So inside the return statement, you are writing this, okay? So you're writing, okay, course.map, and then you basically getting the course. So the course is indicating each of the objects. So it's not just an element, array element. It's array element, but each array element is an object itself. Okay, so that's why when you are coming to render it, you are saying that object dot the property. Okay, so here is the property of the course code, and then another property is the course title. Okay, so it will render it like, okay, the course code, let's say that you write CS101 colon, and then the course title, which is, let's say that here is intro to Java, right? So like that. So it will render like this, all of them. So this is the array or list of object rendering. Okay. The next one is a little bit tricky. So this one you have the objects. Okay, each of the item and the array item is an objects, but inside that objects we also have a list. Okay, so this is, you see, the course is a list of courses. Okay, so we need to map two times. Okay, because we have the two arrays, so this is the outer array and this is the inner array. Okay, so that's why we have map function, initially departments dot map, and then each of them as we get as department. Okay, so this is your department, and then you render department dot name, so which will render the computer science. So let's say that you write CS here to represent computer science, and these are the ordered list. Let's say that it will give you one, and then under the department name, and then you're also going department dot course. Okay, department dot course is now is an array, right? And then you write the map. So if you do the map, and then you will get each of the array element and the index position, which is given as sub index. The name is just to give a different name of this. Okay, so now you just render the courses. Okay, so each of the course will be rendered inside a list item. So here we have unordered list, so it will be created like this. So for the under the computer science, you will have CS101, and then the next list item will be CS102, like this. Okay, so when this one is finished, then it will start with the next department, which is the math, and then it will render the courses. Okay, so that's the way it will do the rendering with that nested list. Okay, so let's go and see the coding video to code all this out. And thank you. See you in the next video.